Welcome to the J1 League Goal Zone. 3 more rounds left in the season and the Marinos enter this weekend with a chance to clinch the title. Would Kawasaki and Sanfrecce keep the league leaders honest? Let's find out right now. Matchweek 32 fixtures then, the league leaders at home to play relegation candidates Gamba. Another side seeking survival, Jubilo up against Kashima. Kobe took on Sanfrecce while Kawasaki faced Shimizu. Yokohama hosted a Gamba side that is fighting to stay in the top flight and would certainly be throwing the kitchen sink at the champions-elect. Should the Marinos win and their title rivals drop points, they will be crowned champions for the first time since 2019. Would they be able to capitalise? Ollie Hogben has your commentary.
Oh, that's surely going to be put in. Now then, that has come rather against the run of play. Juan Alano with his first goal for Gamba Osaka. He'd gone 24 games in all competitions without scoring, and he's put it in to make it Yokohama F Marinos 0, Gamba Osaka 1. Junior to Nagato, pulls it back, it must be, oh, it's blocked on the line. What an outrageous piece of defending that was. Onose, here comes the overlap, beautiful overlap from Takao. What great play, and what a good save from Yohei Takaoka. But look at that overlap from Ryu Takao, that is brilliant. And his pullback to Juan Alano wasn't half bad either. Usami's delivery is dealt with by Nishimura. It comes back in. It's Patrick to make it safe! Gamba Osaka fighting against relegation and winning the fight! Hopefully played into the area and expertly finished. That is great control from Patrick, and he gets his 4th goal of the season in J1. Nagato. And it's Iwata who drills it and very nearly beats Masaki Higashiguchi, who makes a wonderful save. Here in the great port city of Yokohama, they know that sometimes the last part of the journey is the hardest. Still, the Yokohama F Marinos are the favourites to win the title. But it is now a 5-point race as the Meiji Yasuda J1 League reaches its conclusion in 2022. It finishes Yokohama F Marinos 0, Gamba Osaka 2.
Jubilo remained rooted to the foot of the table, and they need to rack up the wins to lift themselves out of the relegation zone. They faced a Kashima side that had fallen by the wayside with no wins from their last 6 and losing steam in the AFC hunt. But the visitors had a spectacular start. Elake just pushing this one back towards the edge of the box, and Yuta Higuchi hitting that one as sweetly as you ever could hope. And you can't blame him from having some confidence after that strike. He tried the same thing again from the dead ball in the 19th minute and wasn't so very far away. Despite having very little success this year, Jubilo managed to find their way back in the game in the 31st minute. Shota Kaneko pulling the ball back from a wide left position. Well collected by Yuto Suzuki, who smashes that one home with his left foot. Buoyed by their home support, they take the lead 2 minutes later. Kaneko skillfully rounding the goalkeeper and slotting home. But they were far from done in the first half, which extended into the 50th minute. A cross from the right-hand side, clearly handled by Kento Misao, and the referee points to the spot. And although the goalkeeper chose the right way, Kenyu Sugimoto's strike was accurate enough to take a 3-1 lead into the halftime break. Some soul-searching for the Antlers during the rest period, and they came out firing. Just 2 minutes into the second half, and Keigo Funamoto's attempted shot falls nicely into the path of Eleke, and the Nigerian turns that one goalwards. It's 3-2 now. Only 6 minutes left when this corner was taken. Everaldo attacks it. The ball bounces towards goalkeeper Ryuki Miura, who palms it away. But there was still time for some late drama. In the 93rd minute, it looked as if Kashima had lost their opportunity. Rikuko Hirose tumbling to the ground, but he manages to stretch out a leg, find Everaldo, and that's your equaliser. The points are shared, and Jubilo are still very much in hot water. Kobe had been hitting form at just the right time and made it 3 straight wins to pull themselves away from trouble last time out. A tough opponent stood in their way this weekend, Sanfrecce still with a shot at the title and riding high on confidence. But they got themselves in trouble early on. A very brave stop from Daiya Maikawa, taking a knee to the face from Yuta Imazu in the process, and having consulted with VAR, the referee showed him a straight red. It didn't take long for the home team to capitalise. Hotaru Yamaguchi lofting the ball down the left-hand side, Yuya Osaka keeps it in play and centres. A scramble in front of goal ensues, a good stop initially from the goalkeeper, but he and his defenders couldn't do enough to keep out the rebound. Ryuho Kikuchi the scorer. A tidy 1-2 between Yuki Kobayashi and Yamaguchi almost gave them a second 2 minutes before half-time, but Goro Kawanami was strong enough in goal to keep the score down to 1. But Vissel would get that second goal 8 minutes into the second half. Osaka sending the ball in towards the near post where Kobayashi was lurking, and that's 2-0. And they were blessed with good fortune just a minute later. Gotoku Sakai surely intending a cross, over the goalkeeper's outstretched arm and straight into the net. There was no coming back for Sanfrecce now, and Vissel took further advantage. Koyo Yuruki looking to play in a skillful ball to his teammate with the outside of his foot, but it bounces back into his path, and he finishes nicely for 4-0. Upon review, a tremendous amount of good fortune about that goal. Had that pass found its intended recipient, surely the linesman's flag would have gone up for offside. By the time they took this 71st minute corner, Sanfrecce were down and out and couldn't put this one over the line. Comprehensively defeated by 4-0. After an impressive win over champions Frontale, Consadole had made it 4 games without defeat. 3 straight home wins for them now as they took on Avispo. The relegation troubled visitors with just 1 win in their last 10 have a lot to do in Sapporo. J. Jamit Singh has your comment.
Lovely ball down the left-hand side, but looking for options. Goes for goal. Hiroki was making the run in. Mayoki, well, it's a decent ball, and it is the opening goal. Closer look here. Lovely ball in. Mia with that full stretch and force Murakami to make the take, but Aoki was there at the right time in the right place for his 6th goal of the season. Oh, good run here down on the right-hand side, and it's a decent ball in as well. Lucas with a great touch. Is it off for Javier? Takes a shot, and well, quick reaction from the goalkeeper, Murakami. Found a way past the defense, of course, majority of the possession as well, going to Consadole Sapporo in the first half. So, well, that's a great header. Lovely ball floated in and just clipping the outside of the post. Well, that's somehow, I think they feel the ball might have gone in, and it looked like it did as well. And yes, they get the goal, and well, what a great header from Daikimiya. Blistering header as well. Nakamura. Sugeno. It's a lovely climb. Did not react to that very well. On the front foot the last 15 minutes as well, and this is the second goal. Yes, it is, out of nothing really. That man Delgado with his second goal of the season. Oh, little nutmeg and great finish. Okamura will be disappointed. And it is the final whistle here at the Sapporo Dome, and that man on your screen gets that much important goal for his side. Sapporo 1, Avispo Fukuoka 2.
An important 3 points for Avispa to help them stay afloat. When we return, we check in on another side in relegation trouble, Shimizu, taking on the title contenders. Stay with us. Thanks for keeping it here with us on the J1 League Goal Zone. The season is drawing to a close, but the relegation fight is still very much up in the air. As many as 7 sides are battling to stay up. Let's head to Kyoto to check in on one of them. The home team collected a win after 4 games and would be looking for similar success when they hosted Nagoya. The opponents had no wins in 4, and with little to play for as they look to end their season in mid-table, a chance for Kyoto to capitalise. Nagoya, though, playing in white, came dangerously close in the 9th minute. Mateus Castro's left-footed shot from the edge of the box just curling in the wrong direction. Midway through the first half, it was hard to see why the referee needed 2 looks at this one to reward a penalty kick. Kyosato clearly fouled in the box. Kosuke Taketomi's penalty not close enough to the upright, and Langerak pushes that one away to safety. 9 minutes before the break, Yuki Honda from distance, but the goal would be breached on the stroke of half-time. Haruya Fuji getting the near-post header from the corner, that one put over the line by a defender. Kyoto's chance to equalise came quickly here in the 51st minute. Taketome through on goal, but sends that one too high. Their equaliser would come just before the hour mark, winning 2 aerial duels in the box. First Shogo Asada, and then Rikuto in the way, and we're all tied at 1 each. Kyoto's chance for the winner came in the 68th minute. Taketome meeting the cross, more with his shoulder than his head, and that's easy pickings for Langerak. A battle between 2 sides from both ends of the table, Kawasaki's bid for a 5th title on the line, while Shimizu were fighting to stay in the top division. Frontale running out of time to make up the gap to the Marinos, so every win is crucial, but would Shimizu take the points and end the hosts' title dreams? Here's Reach Russian Live.
Wakizaka. It's headed away by Suzuki. Out to Tono! A brilliant strike from Daya Tono to open the scoring for the home team. They've been knocking on that door. They found a way through. Gonda, it's a poor clearance. It's been forced by Kobayashi into the area. Lovely touch into Wakizaka. Oh, that should have been 2-0. That's a brilliant opportunity for the second goal. And really, it should have been 2. Give it go. Carlinhos gets to it, finds a cutback, and they found their equalizer. Ryohei Shirasaki with his second goal of the season. Let's have a look at this down the left. Carlinhos picks it up in space, then accelerates past that Frontale backline. This has too much pace and too much power. And he slides into it, Shirasaki. Kept it play cleanly by Kitagawa. Finds Santana. Here's Yamahara. A cross into the area. Carlinhos is there to put it away for 2. Now have a look at this energy from Yamahara. He bursts forward down the left. He scuffed a cross into the top of the 6-yard box. It doesn't matter, it's found its target. Carlinhos is on hand to put that away for his 3rd goal of the season. Wakizaka. Met by Yamamura! There they go. They're back level here. Kazuya Yamamura. That's his 1st goal of the season. Gets up early, unmarked. Well, they have been really tough to beat, Kawasaki Frontale and Todoroki this season. 11 wins, 1 draw, just 2 defeats. The 14 J1 matches. Marcinho's there, that's 3-2! Yu Kobayashi! Worked an opening down the right. The Yamamura it was, stepping forward, sending a cross into the area. Marcinho works so hard to get in front of Yago Pikachu. Just gets enough of a touch on it to send it back into Kobayashi. It's an awkward finish. Yamahara. Hara. Well, the flag has gone up for offside. They were wheeling away to celebrate. Let's have another look at that. He was off, Pikachu. Play offside. On a swung in, headed away. There's an unguarded net here, Marcinho. He's taking his time with this. He's launched his effort. Not the most convincing of efforts, but it won't matter. The final whistle goes here at Kawasaki Todoroki Stadium. This one finishes all 3 points to Kawasaki Frontale here at Todoroki Stadium at full time. Kawasaki Frontale 3, Shimizu Espals 2.
Urawa suffered a heavy loss against Sanfrecce last time out, which left them with just 1 win in 5. Sagan would be hoping to capitalise, even though they were in a similar bad patch. 1 win from 6. And it was nearly an embarrassing start for Sagan, but that own goal ruled out because Yoshio Koizumi was in an offside position and the ball was played through to him. 14 minutes later, and Ken Iwao's free kick was certainly on target, pushed away by Park Il-gyu. About time for Sagan to make an impression then, and here in the 28th minute they very nearly did. Diego finding Yoichi Naganuma on the edge of the box, and he wasn't far away. Encouraged by that, Jun Nishikawa drove one straight at the goalkeeper, and another shot blocked by a defender, and a 3rd cleared off the line. But after 40 minutes of near misses, a goal finally came. One, to be fair, that was more about the assist than the score. Tomoaki Okubo working wonders down the right-hand side, Junker providing the finishing touch. And 5 minutes into the second half, they go 2 up. Yoshio Koizumi stealing possession and heading straight towards goal to double his team's lead. Still time for Sagan to get back into this one, and Taisei Miyashiro was the man to get things started. A super first touch, a swivel, and tidy finish. Urawa though would hold on for the win, almost adding a third in the 87th minute. Yusuke Matsuo threw on goal, striking his effort against the upright. Tokyo made it back-to-back wins as they overcame Kashima previously and will be looking for a third straight win against Shonan. The visitors had lost just once in their last 6 and will be fighting hard for the points to keep them safe from the drop zone. Shonan surprised everyone in the 9th minute from a free kick. Nobody was expecting a shot. And when it came in, Daiki Sugioka's effort grazed the upright. Not much else to speak of in the first half until the 40th minute when Taiyo Hiraoka brought the ball down to strike with his left foot. Not good enough to beat Jakub Slowik at his near post though. A second half corner led to Masato Morishige coming inches away from opening the scoring. But ultimately that didn't happen until the 78th minute. And when it did, it was at the other end of the field. A 25-yard laser from Hiroyuki Abe, putting Shonan 1 goal to the good. 4 minutes later, and they wrapped this one up after a strong run from Shuto Machino that ended in a finish with a little bit of help from some poor goalkeeping. Shonan take this one 2-0. Kashiwa had hit a worrying run of form lately and failed to win any of their last 7. They were up against Cerezo, the visitors unbeaten in their last 4, and still in the hunt for an AFC qualification berth. Mark Richmond has your commentary here.
Just one between them over the last 2 years. They've both gone the way of Kashiwa Vissel. And the first real shot in anger palmed away by Sasaki, which came from Uijo. Will there be a late opening goal in this game? It's drilled out wide to Kitazume. Difficult skill, that one, especially with a defender charging right up into your face. Taggart. It's good defending by Kamijima. Tameda's taken over. Still Tameda. He back-heeled into the path of Uijo. Not enough curve behind that shot. Uijo slowly but surely striking up some sort of a partnership with Taggart. Whereas Douglas was a little too deep. But on the counter-attack, an opportunity now. Taggart has scored. Was he offside though? That's the answer. And maybe it might be a contentious call. He was definitely offside here. So that's a good call. That's a good decision. Kiyotake. Kato had a sort of contact on the ball, a very soft one. Wasn't clean, but it almost bounced into the back of the net. Kitazume comes forward. Yukimoto is there. Late on. Can Kashiwa Vissel clinch it? Muto! Well, it's gone all the way through. Keeper saw it late, but kept it out. Well, that's one of a few goal-scoring chances that we've had in this game only. Still very much up for grabs, third place, as Kashiwa Vissel can't trim the gap on Cerezo Osaka. It finishes 0-0 here.
The Marinos lost 2-0 at home to Gamba, while Jubilo pulled out a 3-3 draw with Kashima. Kobe trounced Sanfrecce by 4 goals, Avispo with 3 points on the road in Hokkaido, Frontale edging out Shimizu by 3-2, and Shonan helping their relegation cause with a 2-0 win on the road in Tokyo. So, with Yokohama dropping points over the weekend, their lead at the top has been cut to 5 points with 3 more games to be played. Kawasaki in second with 57, and Sanfrecce unable to gain traction after their loss in this round. Kashima on 48 points with 2 games left, and that's almost their shot at AFC qualification gone. Kobe, with their 4th win in a row, sit in 12th and can breathe a little easier as they created some space between themselves and the drop zone. Shonan behind them on 35, while Kyoto drop a spot to 14th. Gamba may have won this round, but are still in a dangerous spot, with Shimizu and Jubilo occupying the 2 relegation places. So the title fight continues for one more week. You can be sure we'll bring you all of the action on the J1 League Goal Zone. My name's Steve Dawson, and we'll see you next time.